Good evening, children. In our previous class, we studied about bacteria under the chapter microorganisms. So, in today's class, let us continue with other microorganisms such as fungi, algae, protozoa, and virus. So, let's begin. So, here we will be studying in brief about fungi. So, usually this fungi grow in a moist place. For that, you need to perform one small activity. What you're supposed to do is you need to take a piece of bread and put it in a closed container for few days. Okay, approx 4 to 5 days. So what do you observe when you open the container after 4 to 5 days? Okay, so you will observe some greenish black patches have been grown on a piece of bread. So just like this in a picture, you can make out how a fungal growth is seen on a bread. So that means the fungi grow in a moist region. Okay, so this growth on the bread is called fungi. What do you call it as children? The growth of a greenish black patches on a bread, or it may be grown in rotten vegetables, fruits. Okay, so because the moistness will allow this fungi to grow, and this growth of greenish black patches on objects or on vegetables, fruits, or sometimes bread. Okay, so that is said to be fungi. Even when you don't dry your clothes properly, so if it is in wet condition, you can see there is a growth of fungi on your clothes as well. Sometimes black patches has been formed on the shirt or any wet clothes. So you could have come across these situations, isn't it? So that is nothing but fungi growth or fungal growth. So I think you people have enjoyed mushroom dishes. Even mushroom is said to be a fungi. Mushroom is an example for fungi. So fungi are either parasitic or saprophytic. So you should know the terms like what is parasitic and what is saprophytic. Okay, parasitic fungi obtain their food from other living organism. So what do you mean by parasitic? Parasitic fungi is nothing but they obtain their food from other living organism. So what about saprophytic fungi? Saprophytic fungi obtain their food from dead and decaying matter. Okay, so saprophytic fungi always depend on the dead and decaying matter for their food. Okay, so they grow well in warm and moist condition. Example is mushroom. So mushroom is said to be saprophytic fungi because mushroom grow on a dead and decaying matter. And some fungi such as yeast is said to be unicellular. In the picture, first picture, you can make out how yeast look like. Okay, yeast is a fungi and it is a unicellular organism. And whereas others such as molds, so fungal molds are said to be multicellular organism. And you people know what is the difference between unicellular and multicellular. So this is overall concept about fungi. Next microorganism that we are studying is algae. So algae is said to be a aquatic organism. Why it is called aquatic organism? Because it is grown in a stagnant water. So I think you people have come across a layer of green scum that is growing in a stagnant water, which looks green in color. So this is nothing but algae. So it is actually algae that is growing on the surface of water. As I said, these algae are aquatic organism. These appears to be plant-like structures. So they have a ability to perform photosynthesis. So however, they do not have a true roots, stem and leaves. So even if they don't have proper like true roots, stem or leaves, but still they undergo photosynthesis. Okay, so they are found in fresh water, wastewater and sea. So where it is located, where it is found in a fresh water, wastewater as well, and also in a sea. So most algae are microscopic. So if you consider uh, algae category, most of the algae are microscopic. We can't see through our naked eye. Okay, but some like seaweeds are quite large, which can be make out through our naked eyes. And some algae like Chlamydomonas, in the first picture you can see the structure of Chlamydomonas, and Chlorella are unicellular, whereas others like kelp and Spirogyra are multicellular. So what are the unicellular algae? What are the examples for unicellular algae? That is Chlamydomonas and Chlorella are said to be unicellular, whereas others like other algae like Spirogyra. In the second picture you can see how Spirogyra looks like. Spirogyra are said to be multicellular algae, which consists of more than one cell. So that is why we call it as multicellular algae. And this is about the concept algae. Next microorganism that we are going to study is about viruses. Virus. So if I tell the term virus, you people could recall what we are facing right now. What is a pandemic that we are facing right now? It is coronavirus, isn't it? That is COVID-19. So this is also related to that virus. Okay, so the concept virus, this virus are microscopic organism. So why it is called microscopic? Because we can't see through our naked eyes. So these viruses we can't see through our naked eyes, and these are microscopic, and these are very small compared to bacteria. Okay, so the size of the viruses are so small compared to bacteria. So you might be familiar with viral fever, chickenpox, measles. These are all caused by viruses. Okay, and these viruses are very peculiar in nature, and these are also called as peculiar microorganisms. Why? Because when they are outside a host, that means when they are outside a living organism, before infecting any living host, they pretend to be like a non-living organism. Only when they enter a living host, they act like a living, and they start multiplying, and they start dividing, they start reproducing, and they grow in a large population inside a host. They utilized all the nutrients or all the genetic material in our cell, and they start multiplying. Okay, so that is why these viruses are said to be peculiar microorganisms. So they are unable to grow or reproduce or multiply when they are outside the host, because they don't have any host to survive, because they act like a non-living thing, isn't it? And these are mostly parasitic organisms. Viruses are said to be parasitic because they obtain the food from other living organism. Most of the viruses are parasitic. Clear? And this is about the concept virus. So children, I hope everyone had followed today's concept. So today we studied about fungi, algae, protozoa, and also viruses. Okay, so if there's any doubt, let's discuss in a live session. So see you all. Have a good day.